By the end of this video, you might just think I'm absolutely crazy. That's okay. So I've got everything laid out here for you, and I'm gonna go through and show you all of the questions that I asked and just how crazy detailed I got when it came to asking these questions, so I knew exactly what I was buying. So once we decided what house we wanted to go with, Champion Homes sent us what's called a customer verification list. And this is every single thing that comes with the house standard, also includes some options and upgrades that we had already discussed. So what I did was I printed out this customer verification list, and you can see I highlighted, I wrote notes, things that I liked, things that I didn't like. I also printed out the floor plan. I wrote notes directly on the floor plan. So I'm going to show you some of the questions that came up when I was going through this verification list. For example, floor covering, it says there was going to be a tile entry coming into the home. I didn't want a tile entry, highlighted, put my little note there. They were going to give us one exterior faucet on the outside of the home, and I wanted a lot more, so I just wrote my little note there. Also, I put in parentheses see email, which I'm going to get to that next. At first, we thought that we wanted 2 electric fireplaces. I ended up changing my mind on that. The wood doors in the kitchen, it didn't say anything about knobs, so that was a question that I had. You can see things like wanting a barn door instead of a regular door. Electrical outlets on the front of the home. Again, they were just going to have 1 electrical outlet on the front of the home. I wanted a whole bunch. Adding more smoke detectors. I did not want the chandelier over the table. I wanted to change the front door. I wanted to include sliders instead of a patio door. Questions about making the pantry bigger. And after I went through that verification list, I actually went into my little crazy notebook here and hand wrote out all of the questions that I had, because I was going to call our salesman and just talk to him straight up about all of this. You can see everything that I marked on the customer verification list. I kind of just put it into words so that when I talked to him on the phone, every time I asked a question and he answered it, I would just put a little check mark. I would put his answer to my question down as well. Now remember, this was a verbal phone call, but because I'm being a little OCD about this, I also wanted it done in writing. I put those questions into an email. So I'm only showing you like the bottom half because it's got all of my salesperson's information up there, but you can see I have my questions here, same questions that you saw before, all typed out in an email. And what I really, really appreciated is that instead of them just answering me via email, you can see that they actually printed out my email and hand wrote the answers to my questions. Then again, I printed out the new floor plan with the changes on here that I wanted. So like, for example, I wanted a bigger window here. I wanted a 3rd window here. Even put where I wanted the water spigots and where I wanted the outlets on the front of the home. So now, after all that, we are at the stage of the process where they're going to be sending me a new customer verification list, that line item list that you saw. And just know, like, some of the things that I wanted done just could not be done. Like, for example, I wanted a much bigger pantry added, and I wanted to change the utility room a little bit, but anywhere what's considered like a wet area, so like your kitchen, your utility room where the washer and dryer are gonna go, it's like really strict building codes when it comes to those areas. So some of the changes that I wanted made just couldn't be done, and that's okay. But at least I asked. We're also at the stage now where we're getting to choose colors, tile colors, cabinet colors. Honestly, is like the most exciting part, but I have a lot of questions about that as well. And so far, Champion Homes, the actual builder in Millen, Georgia, and our salesman, James, in Murphy, North Carolina, have answered every question that I've had, made the changes that we could possibly make within reason, and never once have made me feel like I'm being annoying or overbearing. But I'm not about to jump into a $200,000 loan without having all of my questions answered.